This is how I knew what godly priest. This is how I knew what godly priest meant. Let me explain. Hi, Poo Poo. What's up? Where you been, girl? Hi, mommy. Hold on. Let me see you. Come here. Hi, baby. Hi. You okay? Hi. Okay. Pretty girl. Hmm? Hi. I'm glad you're doing okay. Hmm? This is what I meant. What am I saying right now? This is how I knew what godly priest meant. Let me explain. Before I knew anything, biblically, that part right there is everything biblically, because all this is written. But this is before we knew. Hi, mommy. Hi. Hi, baby. What's up? Hmm? You know what, Mama? Before I knew anything biblically, before I knew the verses, and I'm sure there's other verses and other books that I might have not read yet. But I speak about this in all of my testimonies, in all of my philosophy, even more now. If you are, let's just say this, you are who you're supposed to be. At least for me, I can attest to that. Now that I know certain scriptures, certain understanding, there's a reason why you go through so much. Living in a world, being raised to not know, but only what you know. Raised in traditions and culture. And so to be treated a certain way because of who you are, when those things were not seen on the surface, but was always inside you. And you didn't understand that. You didn't understand why you were set apart, different, treated differently, ultimately. You can never truly grasp it because it was never fully confirmed. But you knew something. But you're going through all this isolation, difference, in a world where you see no different. You see yourself as one of them. You act just like you're not perfect just like them. But something just doesn't seem right. And you don't have any confirmation. But you're going through all of this, what they call tribulation. But before we know it to be tribulation, we're just going through tough times, and it's affecting us. And then one day, time passes, and you start to tell your story. It's more than that. You start to realize that you testifying, it's you biblically speaking, right? It's now come to realization that your story is what is truth, what is real. Your tough times is a reflection of a follower of Christ. You come to realization, you come to understanding, you come to see. You come to see and hear that people speak about such people and such things, and you see yourself. That there was a time for your time. It was a time for you. That it is time. But it wasn't. And as you read these books, you read the Bible, you started to realize that it was confirmation. It started to say how it was a prophecy, that it was supposed to happen this way, that it's only but fulfilling itself. You say there is a God. And that it was true. All that you knew, all that you know, all that you are, all that not understanding was necessary, and that it was natural, it was normal, it was right for you to feel that way, for you to say what you said and be what you was, that you never changed or gave up or gave in. That there is a God again. Oh my God. In those days, he say, you'll say Father, and I say Father. Father. Oh, Father. I knew it. And as you tell your story again and again and again, it becomes philosophy. It becomes counsel, safety, reassurance, revelations. It becomes wisdom, sacred. You start to realize this is what they did not want to hear. They did not want to be out, seen, known. You start to understand. You start to never hate, not that I ever, but you start to know and grace and thanks for your adversaries, because they put me in this prison. They locked me up in the dungeon. And it was necessary. It was all God's doing, but they are the ones that he used, right? And some folks can feel a certain way toward them, but I say, love them. And if that's a verse, you see, I understand it. It didn't take me for me to know this, to know it's true. But for me to know it is written, it's glory. It's for me to know that God is in me. It's just a reminder that my life is truth, that I've been living in it, walking in it with imperfections, but my whole purpose, my whole journey through was walking his direction, was all for his purpose, all to set me through to this moment. Glory to God. So as I speak and I take time and I choose this, not with a degree, not with pay, not with someone persuading me, not with someone reminding me, just with the time that I have and the time I sacrifice. I see the priest in me when there are many priests in the world, whether they be for good intent or bad intent, whether they be the imposter, whether they be sitting in those seats, it doesn't matter. So when I read in a new world, God, you will be the godly priest, I know exactly what that means because I see it in me. And if I see it and he allows the world to see it, then I know they see it too. They see the truth, the true priest, the true godly priest. And that is why we are hidden for a time, but only for a time. And once we start to speak, they have no choice but to see. And I'll leave it there.